Hey YouTube, Sebastian here. As you saw in the title of this video, it's why do we need emotions to make money? And more specifically, why do we need emotions to make money in trading? Or for that matter, as you'll understand in this video, is why do we need emotions to make pretty much every decision in our lives? So in trading, there's this myth that you have to trade emotion free to be a profitable trader. And that couldn't be farther from the truth because emotions, as we'll see, influence our decision making. Without emotions, you won't have preferences, and without preferences, you won't be able to make decisions. So, how does it work? So, our emotions color certain choices above others. And why is that? So, we remember certain situations, for example, with certain emotions, so that in the future, when we encounter similar situations or similar biases or similar things, we remember that emotion consciously or subconsciously, and it helps us make decisions. And it's the same thing in trading with trade setups. It's the same thing in a ton of areas of life where, let's say, you have to pick a shirt over some pants, and that color combo reminds you of, I don't know what, something that's pleasant, and without knowing, you pick that shirt over those pants because of that specific color combo that you have. So because of this, we have tendencies or predispositions to act in a certain way when certain situations arise. And all of that is happening in the prefrontal cortex, which is an area of the brain. So take people with prefrontal cortex damage, for example. These people, they are completely, like, quote unquote normal. They like, their intelligence hasn't changed, but they're a completely different person because they can't make any decisions, because they lost the ability to process emotion in that area of the brain. So how does this relate to trading? So a trade setup, let's say, that has produced good results will induce positive feelings when a similar trade setup is encountered in the future. So it'll make you remember a certain pattern, for example, where you had a win, and that way you optimize. So for example, you get a trade setup on gold, and the chart looks a certain way, and you caught a win. Then in the future, you're gonna subconsciously or even consciously remember that chart pattern and eliciting like positive feelings in you, and you'll associate that pattern with win. So you'll tend to take that trade over another one, for example. So as you can start to understand, this has to do with pattern recognition, right? So let's say somebody with prefrontal cortex damage were to do like a series of trades versus somebody who's completely normal, who has no damage, what you would see is that the person with prefrontal cortex damage wouldn't be able to make sound decisions, or his decision making would be really poor, and his profitability as well, because he wouldn't be able to associate like a positive feeling to a good trade, whereas the normal person would be able to associate positive feelings with a good trade and recreate that trade again. And same thing for when a trade goes bad, that person says, okay, well, that chart pattern played badly, so I won't, if I see it again, then I won't take that trade, for example. Whereas the, like, I guess, quote unquote emotionless person will not be able to differentiate between the two, so he won't be able to make any decisions. He won't be able to pick. Another thing is like, if you compare the two people again, is one, like, the normal person will be able to adapt and the brain damaged person won't be. And that's because if a normal person takes a bunch of losses in a row, they'll understand that, for example, okay, this pattern creates like quote unquote bad feelings in me because I took a bunch of losses. So I'll tweak that and I won't take those trades anymore. But then the person with brain damage, they won't have any emotions, so they'll just keep making the same mistake again and again and again and keep taking those losses. So in conclusion, yes, you do need emotions in trading, and you can't trade fully emotionless. And what I'll try to explain in like subsequent videos is how to live with emotions, because every trader still has emotions. Even the top traders, they just know how to process them or live with them better. So I'll try to explain that in other videos. And thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and peace.